Good morning, everybody. I'm here. I'm Ed Parcaut, and I'm here with Mike Kelly. I can't even think where I am today.
Yep.
So StreamYard's having a little issue with our green screens, so Mike gets to be just green.
I'm green. I'm from Mars today.
Because the problem is if you don't do the green screen, there's a bunch of stuff behind them that you don't want to see. But
It's pretty cool.
it's just people who use non-green screens on stuff video, and then they go fade. Like part of their body's missing, part of it come back, and you're like, okay, this is annoying. No, well, hopefully they'll fix it by the end of the day. I see you fix your facial features, though.
Yeah, it smooths my skin out beautifully. I'm now 45.
Well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I don't know. You want to go first?
Sure, I'll share this one.
What are you sharing?
I'm going to share this right there. Look at that. 1,871
That's not much. I
closed.
could have swore that's the same number as last week.
I think we were 8.
It was 18 something.
Yeah, it was 8. It was like 1865. So what does that put us
So
at?
we're almost
at
the end. Yeah, but is that last week's numbers or is this?
No, this is as of
today. Really? Divided by 7. That's 267.
And last week we were at
272.
Yeah.
Maybe they just haven't updated.
Well, listings are up
because 303 is pretty close to the same pending, and 8 something. It was pretty much what that number was last week.
Yeah. So the week before last week, because I was gone, we did Friday, didn't we?
You were here last week.
We were at 810 active listings.
You did them all last week. We did everything on Friday.
And we're at 890 right now. So listings are slowly increasing. Pendings are still sticking around in the 300s, so that's pretty normal. But that's the facts, Jack.
Yeah, I think there's been we were talking about July was our worst month in like 13 years.
Yeah. Well, and Zillow's reporting that we have 68,172 single-family homes on the market as of yesterday.
Where?
California, the whole state.
I could see that. That's hardly anything, though.
Yeah.
Think about it. It really is hardly anything.
We used to be in the hundreds.
Millions?
In the millions. The hundreds of thousands.
Well, according to home.com, they have, so many million people use it. I saw a thing where CoStar is suing Zillow now. CoStar owns homes.com and a couple of the other ones.
What are they suing?
CoStar used to be known just for the commercial stuff, right? You list your commercial property.
Okay.
They're suing them for using their actual pictures.
Oh.
And they have watermarks on their pictures, and so they're suing them for using their pictures of properties and everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Zillow, you think that database is 100% yours, but sometimes they own the product.
You're trying to find something to talk about, I see.
Yeah, CoStar sues Zillow.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, let me get into our numbers for today.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Because right now we are sitting the 10-year sitting at 4.372, only about 5 basis points. There's been news all over the place today, and then the rates are about 10 basis points worse. The market, who cares about Dow, is negative 48 right now.
Really?
Yeah. NASDAQ is up 52 if you care.
I do.
All right. So the GDP report for the second quarter came in hotter than expected.
Okay.
Came in at 3% annualized, well above the 2.4% estimated. And that big jump from quarter one, sluggish 0.5%, 0.5 tenths, 0.5%. But if you look deeper in the dive, it's going to
dig deeper.
Yes, thank you. The strength they're thinking is inflated by trade distortions. First quarter imports were front loaded due to tariffs, subtracting about 4.6%, while second quarter saw fewer imports, adding nearly 5%. When you average the first half, GDP sits closer to 1.25, so that's 1.25, which is near economic stall speed. So bottom line is, we can't go, oh, this is such a, even they're going to say, this is the best quarter we've ever had. I can't talk like him. I can talk more like Clinton. I did not have
sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, that's because I consider sexual relations this. Stock and bond market we talked about. All right, so the big thing that we're looking for today, we got some other numbers, but the Fed meeting, right? They can conclude their 2-day meeting at 2 p.m. Eastern. No rate cut is expected. around, and because of the inflation and tariff,
Right.
we all know that nothing's going to happen. It's really the tone of the Fed statement that's going to drive the bond market direction. So when they actually come out and they talk, when he starts answering questions and all that other stuff. If you look at the Treasury update, the Treasury quarter refunding announcement was released this morning. That has to do with auction sizes of bonds and stuff like that. Auction sizes will remain unchanged, easing concerns of excess supply. Since the debt ceiling was raised by $5 trillion, the Treasury plans to fund the needs using short-term bills. So they're not going to use longer-term bills like they did before. They want shorter term so that we can refinance them shorter term. You follow me? Instead of getting stuck at this interest rate for longer.
Yeah.
The short-term bills are attractive to stablecoin users, 80% of whom hold short-term U.S. debt. And you're going to stablecoin. That's that whole bill. That's the whole Bitcoin, all those different types of coins, but there's more stable coins, and they use these. They tied to this. The Treasury also plans a double buyback of long-term debt from 2 times to 4 times per quarter, adding $8 billion in quarterly support. What does this mean? This could ease the pressure on the long end of the curve and stabilize mortgage rates. Yes.
Wow.
I know it's a lot of people going, what did he say? I had no idea what I said, but I just basically bottom line,
there
doing
could be
stuff.
a possibility.
Well, the biggest thing is the stable coin. When they be all the stuff they're doing with Bitcoin, the stable coin, all that stuff is what we need for the future. And that's what we need to do. ADP employment report came out.
What did it say?
They were expecting 75,000 jobs.
Okay.
They got 104,000 jobs.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So June's loss revised slightly upward from 33,000 negative to 23,000 negative. Job growth remains modest, reflecting a slower labor market. So if you break down the sector of the jobs, that made up this report, goods, people who produce goods was up 31,000 jobs.
Okay.
Service jobs are up 74,000 jobs. Excuse me. Leisure and hospitality was up 46,000 jobs. Financial activities is up 28,000 jobs. I thought they'd go away with all the AI.
Yeah, I did too.
Education and health services down 38,000. Biggest drag. You know what that is? That's all the Planned Parenthood had to lay off.
Yep.
Because they're not getting any money anymore from the government. Small businesses, 1 to 49 employees, saw a net job creation of just 2,000, including a loss of 10,000 for mid-sized micro firms. I don't know what a micro firm is.
A micro firm.
I think that's not a large firm, but that's not a
tiny establishment.
It's almost,
it's almost a firm.
Yeah. They're talking about normally we talk about wages, and if I stay at my job,
right, what's
my increase if I ask for a raise? Well, that's job stayers stay at their job right now. It's the lowest since June of 2021, and that's up 4.4% year over year wage growth. So I'm going to stay here if you give me this. They get 4.4%. If they leave and go to another job, they get a 7% wage increase.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's really,
do they have another job to go to?
I don't know. That's the question.
Yeah.
The big problem is it used to be like 15% to 20% difference if you went to a different job. That's just telling people stay where you are.
Yeah.
So that's just showing also the labor market is cooling, but especially the smaller firms. And while wage gains continue to soften, don't make changes. Stay where you are, because if you're new at a new place, who's the first one to let go? New at the new place.
The new at the new place.
That is correct.
Usually, or you got some of those old hanger-oners that they may think, oh, this is costing me too much money to hang on to this guy. Maybe I'll hang on to the new guy.
Yeah, that doesn't usually work because the older guy knows everything.
Well,
and in certain markets, they can make him do more, or old girl, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. Dude.
Mortgage applications came out for last week, ending 7/25. Purchase applications are negative 6%, but we're up still 17% year over year.
Okay.
So the whole volume fell 3.8%. Refinance applications were down 1%, but they're still up 30% year over year. That just means there wasn't a lot of going on a year ago. Same issues.
Right.
Refinance volume made up 41% of the activity, and 70% of those were cash out refinances. That's the only reason to do a refinance is to do a cash out refinance. If you're targeting, and it says helping me out, if you're targeting cash out refinance, you can be missing up to 28% of the active market business. You are correct, but most of my people have such low rates, it makes no sense to do the cash out. They're waiting for the rate to come down a little bit more.
Yeah, at least to 5.
And the same thing with people moving up. They've just been waiting, but most of them just made the jump because they know that right now. Because this was on one of the Fox Business, they said the whole marry the price, date the rate, the whole thing that we've
been saying for
they were like, well, that's why the homeowners, they should be buying now and then, buy the house now and then refinance later, because you're not going to be able to get that same house later for the same price once these rates go down. And that is, we're just waiting for that to happen. And with the money they're supposedly bringing in, they were talking about kicking them back some payments to some of us for $600, and if you're a family of 4, you get about $2,400, or pay down the debt. Pay down the debt would be the best thing we could possibly do, even though we need to pay down the debt. We'll just leave it at that. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Let's see here. I know I typed up some stuff. Chad did. Apartment list July report. So the apartment list, they look at the rent reports, right? Rents were flat month over month, down 0.8% year over year. Vacancy rose to 7.1%. This is the highest since 2017.
Is this a national number?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? How's the rents around here?
I don't know. I've got to do a rental review or a survey for a client. They're thinking of renting their place out and then moving away. But at least they're thinking about keeping their California property, which is the smartest thing to do.
Oh, they're moving to another state.
Move to another state.
Make sure you like it first, and make sure you have up to 3 years.
Right.
Make it, wait till the thing takes off, and then people are going, "I'll give you $50,000 over asking."
Yeah, exactly. So, wait.
It's going to happen. This market's going to change.
And if you don't have to get rid of California, even if you have to turn it into a principal residence again by moving back, you have it. Prices are going to be so damn high. You're going to most people who leave California and sell their primary residence cannot afford to purchase when they come back.
Correct. Most of them.
Yeah.
Some of them can.
Some of them are not affected.
Yeah. Rising vacancies are putting pressure on landlords to cut prices, a key factor in cooling shelter inflation going forward. So what this is saying, this is going to show softness in the CPE report and the PCE, which is a producer PCE. Personal consumption expenditures. God, it's one of those days. Gotta stop getting up early and working out. So, we'll see what that is. That's on Friday, if I remember right. And then there's a 21st Century Mortgage Act.
Okay.
What they're trying to do. This is by Senator Cynthia Loomis
out of
Wyoming.
And where the men are ran and the sheep fear it.
That's
Wyoming.
Yeah, whatever. They're requiring Fannie and Freddie to count unconverted crypto as an asset for mortgage underwriting.
Oh.
So what they've done in the past, in order to use that, you had to convert it into dollars. Then people don't want to do that, because who wants to sell their stuff and then, and then have to buy it back? So they're telling them so this is something they're trying to pass to where they have to use it as just what, it's on. Go ahead.
What do you think?
I think they should be able to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think also
that value fluctuates so much.
Not a lot of I didn't say not all these people have Bitcoin.
That's true.
Bitcoin fluctuates a lot, but a lot of people have a lot of crypto that they don't want to convert into dollars, because then now they got to pay on it.
Gotcha.
They want it, but they could use it as a reserve or other stuff if they don't use it, or they actually can use it to buy the house with. But they're not allowing them to use it on a loan, and they're trying to force them to do it, because everything right now is changing. Let's get over to crypto, all this other stuff, and that's important, because that's going forward, that we're going to have stable coins. We're going to have different things. You should be able to utilize it instead of having to sell it to transfer it and all the other stuff.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, reach out to your senators and tell them, pass that damn bill, because that'll be good for everybody eventually.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. Got GDP surprise, labor market signals, and mortgage activity, and Fed Treasury moves. So we're really waiting on the end of the day, or end of the day, 2:00 Eastern. That would be 11 o'clock our time. It's not really end of the day, to come back and tell us about what's going on with the Fed.
Fed.
Yeah.
Hey, tsunami news.
Yeah, I saw
just
that.
Real quick.
Off of Russia.
Highest tsunami wave reported in California was 5:30 a.m. this morning, 4 feet in Crescent City.
I wonder if there's surfers out there.
Yeah,
because they're
probably out there having a blast.
Well, that's because in San Diego you have there's a beach up by San Clemente. Is it Trussels? I think so. And those waves are big all the time.
Yeah,
because that's where they have half of that beach on the base, and we can go there when you're in the military. Only military people go there, and they had some big waves, and that's where you'd go to surf instead of going fighting with all the locals.
The regular peoples.
They want to kick your butt. Get off! You took my wave, man. You laugh.
The wave is for everybody.
Nah, dude. Those
relax.
local people.
I know.
They own them.
Especially in Hawaii.
Well, they're all over the place. Yeah.
Uhauli took my wave. I've got friends over in Hawaii right now, so I got to check in on them. See how they're doing.
I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure they saw the wave and it went nowhere.
Yep.
All right, that's all I have. I hope I gave some good information.
I didn't give you much of anything except inventory is up.
That's important.
That is important. So go out there, pick a home, buy it, especially 501 Hamden Lane.
Because they're saying it's kind of a buyer's market right now.
Well,
I'm saying not exactly, right? I mean, because people are sticking to their prices.
Yeah.
They're like, I know.
Sellers are still thinking it's a seller's market. They haven't they're not quite there saying, oh, things are changing. But things are changing a little bit. I
can see that.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, kids.
All right. That's all I have. And we will be back tomorrow. And don't forget, we're on radio again on Friday.
Saturday.
What is today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
You know, what threw me off is a couple people put their trash cans out yesterday. I'm like, what day is it?
Because they pick up on Thursday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
Somebody must be there who didn't know and just trying to get it out.
Yeah. I was talking to a client 2 weeks ago, and she says, well, do you want to meet tomorrow or Thursday? And I said, tomorrow is Thursday. Nuh-uh, today's Tuesday. Oh, honey. It was fun.
Those people who don't really work.
Oh, she works her butt off. She's a good appraiser. Anyway.
All right. Make it a great day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye. Kids. Green man.